I'm just saying. You guys can think and preserve the reality that you want. But you know, it doesn't take long for you to know if you have something special. Now, there are the cases where it's not special right away, but it turns out good. Yeah. But are you looking for good or special, Detroit? And last I checked, good hasn't been good enough. Good is what you had under Jim Caldwell. You didn't win anything. Do you want to be great or do you just want to be good? I personally want to have a great franchise, a franchise I'm proud of, an organization that is consistently good for a 10, 15-year stretch, an organization I trust with a rebuild. That's the type of organization I want built. And you don't build that by being good. You build it by being great. And you hold yourself accountable to that extent. Now, again,
I just think it's a little too early to pull the...
I am
especially
totally
with this
on board.
roster, too. Like, you got to...
I agree, but again,
this
guys, when you know, you know. You knew right away with Joe Burrow. You knew right away with Sean McVay. Guys, it's easy to see on the field if these guys are good or great or if they're just average.
Look at the organizations. Sean McVay, you knew. I mean, you knew. But listen, this roster is a historic. I don't know what coach could win with this roster.
It's not about winning, though. See,
but looking good. I don't know what coach could.
Guys,
what are we looking?
I just told you. Kyle Shanahan last year dealt with Jimmy Garoppolo out, dealt with George Kittle out, dealt with Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel in and out of the lineup.
Yeah,
totally depleted at running back. The defense was completely on IR last year. And he was able to go on the road and beat Seattle, go on the road and beat Los Angeles.
But they already have an established culture. Detroit,
they have an established coach.
Everyone's shaking hands this year for Detroit, meeting each other.
Prior to Kyle Shanahan, they were a mess after Jim Harbaugh left. They were a mess. Kyle Shanahan walks in, and everything started to come together. And then they made a Super Bowl run. And then they dealt with injuries. But you know what? They had the coach. Guys, this is what I mean. Like, you can still show something even with a bad roster. I'm not asking Dan Campbell to win 5, 6, 7, 8 games this year. I'm not.
Define showing. Like, competing. I think the Lions have done a good job
competing
with how bad
is such a skewed word. It's not just about
competing.
Well,
when you lose 44-0 last year, I mean, it means something.
Every team in the NFL.
Competing is...
Every team in the NFL competes. Every player competes.
I disagree. I mean, there's teams that don't... I mean, you see teams get shut out. They compete, all right.
They're competing, but they're just not good enough, or the game plan's not working that day. Teams can get shut out. It's not the end of the world. The Lions should have been shut out in 3 or 4 games this year. They've been shut out in halves.
You're making my point. They should have been they've been shut out in halves. They should have been shut out the probably majority of the game.
But showing fight doesn't mean you're a great head coach.
No, it shows you get the most out of your players.
He's not getting the most out of his players. That's the point.
Are you kidding me?
He's not getting the most out of Jared Goff. He's not getting the most out of the wide.
What are you getting out of Jared Goff? That's the question.
Okay, so now we're gonna deviate from my point. This is the whole conversation of when you're a head coach, you guys, you just know if he's gonna be great or special. You don't know that. You don't know that right now. And is it too early?
Of course.
I can make the argument
right
and
now.
agree with you that, yes, it is too early.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm too ahead of myself right now. But I'm just saying, if you're honest with yourself, you go home and look in the mirror, you just know. You knew year 1, Caldwell was going to work out. He kind of worked out. He didn't deliver, which means he wasn't great, he wasn't special, but he was good. But you don't want good Detroit. You don't want good for the Lions. You want great, you want special, you want something that you can be proud of. Winning 9-10 games under Dan Campbell in year 3 is not special. It's not, oh my God, we're back. You were never there. Win a division. Win multiple divisions in a 4 or 5 year stretch. Come on. Have some standards. When we get to this point, I will be so happy. But right now, you're not there. I'm not expecting the head coach to win you football games. But more importantly, guys, you have to be honest. You knew Jeff Okudah wasn't it. You knew Hawkinson after game 1. He's a baller. He's a tight end for years to come if he can stay healthy.
Players, of course.
You see it with coaches.
You've seen it with disagree. I mean, what do you...
You've seen it with LaFleur. You've seen it with McVay. You've seen it with Kyle Shanahan. You've seen it with Pete Carroll when he walked in. You've seen it with a multitude of coaches. They had something. Now, did it translate right away? Absolutely not.
What was that something? Explain to me. What is that something?
Head coaching experience, ability to get more out of the team than what they're capable of.
That's Dan Campbell. No, you can make that argument. Are you joking me?
He's getting more out of this team.
They've lost. Yes, how bad this team is. How bad this team is in 2 of the games.
How bad this team is in their 0-6. How bad this team is in they've been shut out 4 of the 6 games in a certain half. in a given half.
Yeah, you're clearly not watching these Lions games.
Clearly,
I mean, if you
yeah,
watch
I
these
know.
Lions games,
Clearly,
they
you
are
think
playing
Dan Campbell is actually getting more out of this roster.
They're getting
when
more
you go back and watch
defensively.
the film,
Defensively, do you think he's getting
now
more?
we give Dan Campbell? Okay, whoa.
Okay, hold on. Let me talk.
Aaron Glenn, I've been
Out
praising.
of the players, do you think Dan Campbell, how bad these players are?
Mm-hmm.
Who's responsible for making them play better? Please tell me. Is it the players? The players are playing better. So coaching has nothing to do with how good Derek Barnes looks. These guys are playing good football. Who are we giving credit to?
You're missing the ball. You're
missing the ball.
No, I'm not. No, you're
I guess
missing
the
the point
coach does
clearly
nothing,
here.
dude. I don't know
You know
what
who
the
Dan Campbell is right now?
Who?
He reminds me a lot of Freddie Kitchens.
Didn't you say
Hugh
you'd give him till
Jackson.
next Thanksgiving?
I am going to give him till next year.
Nope.
I'm not
You're
firing
already
him
trying to
right
get
now.
the guy fired.
No, I'm not.
Look
No,
what
don't you dare.
That
Don't
is
you
what's
dare
coming
put
out of
words
your
in my
mouth.
Don't
That
you
is
dare.
what's coming out of your mouth.
No, it's not. Did I say Dan Campbell should get fired?
You said you
so
see
you should be very
special
careful,
right
Jeff.
away.
You should be very careful with what you're saying. I'm not saying Dan Campbell should be fired. I am telling you, and I'm giving you multiple examples of when you know, you know. It's that simple. I'm not accusing anybody of everything. I'm not saying he should get fired. I am simply saying sometimes, guys, you're just able to tell right away. And there are scenarios where they don't look great early on, and then they come out and they turn out good. But do you want good Detroit or do you want great?